Hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture of supervised models using support vector machine, gradient booster method, artificial neural networks in R programming. This is Gayatri Devaraj. Today we are going to cover the business problem that we have considered and at the dataset that is being used and a quick look at the data understanding, a very high level overview and concepts of support vector machine, gradient booster methods, artificial neural network and their demo in RStudio, and finally the comparison of R and RapidMiner with respect to SVM, GBT and ANN. The dataset that is being used in this demo is IRIS dataset, and this is one of the famous dataset used by many statisticians and anyone who tries to learn machine learning. The dataset consists of 50 samples of flowers from each of the three species of iris. Four features were measured from each sample: the length and width of the sepals and petals in centimeters. The fifth column is the species of the flower observed. Let us see the business problem that is considered. With a given set of data, flowers, we are trying to predict which of these three classes of flowers it belongs to. We are going to see three supervised methods of prediction. Before that, let's quickly touch upon the data understanding. So this shows, the first chart shows the first few rows of the data set, and the second chart talks about the summary of the data set where it can show you, it talks about the minimum value, maximum value, mean, median of the variables. And these two charts talks about the scatter plot, and it shows how the data has been populated, data points have been populated. And this talks about the histogram of the sepal width and its frequency. Let's jump on to the introduction to SVM. What is SVM? Support vector machine is a simple algorithm in machine learning. Support vector machine, abbreviated as SVM, can be used for both regression and classification tasks. However, in this video today, we will be covering only the classification problem. Let's see what is a vector and what is a hyperplane. Vector is nothing but a line segment which has a defined magnitude and direction. Hyperplane, if we are talking about two dimension, then it is a vector, and if we are talking about more than two dimension, then it is called as planes. And hyperplane is nothing but a plane which divides data into two or more different categories. I hope you're clear with vector and hyperplane concepts. And data can be linear and non-linear as well. So this is the figure 1 is an example for linear data, and figure 2 is an example for the nonlinear data. So the objective of the support vector machine algorithm is to find a hyperplane in an n-dimensional space that distinctly classifies the data points. What is the dimension? Here the dimension refers to the variables or the attributes. To separate two classes of the two data points, there are many possible hyperplanes that could be chosen. Our objective is to find the optimal hyperplane which has the maximum length, the maximum distance between the data points of both the classes. Let's move on to the demo of SVM and RStudio. Okay, this is the RStudio. I'm not going to take you all through the code line by line, but E1071 is the package that needs to be installed to perform this SVM technique. As we have already seen that we are going to use IRIS dataset. I have created the training and the testing dataset for this modeling. And this is something which I wanted to specify in this coding, which is kernel equal to radial. We can give a radial. There are different functions called for kernel. This is not, this will be used in the backend when the algorithm is being performed. So you can also use linear, and there are different other methods as well. Please try it by yourself, and you can try to see the different results and the accuracy that gets created by this. So upon execution of the code, let's see what kind of charts are we going to get. Let me execute. So we have got a lot of results here. Let's go through the charts first. So this is the SVM classification chart which classifies the data points, and it has put them under different classes. So the data points which are between petal length of 2 and the petal width between 0 0.5 falls under Setosa, and similar way it has classified the data points based on the dimensions as versicolor and virginica. And apart from this, there is the other chart that has been created. This is nothing but the bar plot, how the data has been put under different categories, all the three categories. So let's see what we have in the console. So we have different information. So it displays all the parameters like SVM type equal to classification, and the kernel that we have used is radial, and cost is equal to 0.1. So this is also something which is used in the backend in the algorithm. And the number of support vectors created is 71. So these are different other information that has been displayed, which is not useful for us, but it is useful for the statistician and the research scholars. So this is a confusion matrix that has been generated. This is the most important part of any modeling exercise, and which helps in assessing the predictions and gauge the model's performance. I started off by creating the confusion matrix, a really useful tool. The confusion matrix compares the model's actual values with the predicted values. It is called as confusion matrix because it reveals how confused your model is between the predicted and the actual values. The column of the confusion matrix are the true classes, while the rows of the matrix are predicted classes. And it says that there are two flowers which has been misclassified, which in turn results in the 96% accuracy. So let's see what we have this in the RapidMiner. I have already ran this in the RapidMiner with the same data set, and here we are getting 93.33% of accuracy. So this is all about SVM, and let's move on to the next technique. So next, we are going to see gradient booster machine algorithm. Let's start by understanding boosting. Boosting is a method of converting weak boosters into strong learners. This class of machine learning algorithm uses a technique called boosting, where we still grow decision classification trees, but each successive tree is grown with an intent to classify the misclassified data from the previous tree correctly. In boosting, each new tree is a fit on a modified version of an original dataset. The idea is to improve the predictions of the first tree. Our new model is therefore tree 1 plus tree 2. We then compute the classification error from this new two-tree ensemble model and grow a third tree to predict the revised residual. We keep repeating this process for a specified number of iterations. Subsequent trees helps us to classify observations that are not well classified by the previous trees. Predictions of the final ensemble model is therefore the weighted sum of the predictions made by the previous tree model. Let's jump onto the demo in RStudio. Okay, again, I have the code ready already. So we need to install the package called Caret and do parallel in order to execute this technique. So here again, I have used the data set called Iris, and I have also randomly sampled to create the training data set. Let me go ahead and execute this code, and let's see what we get. So the console gives us the information about the gradient boosted modeling technique, which tells statistics of 135 samples and 4 predictors has been used and 3 classes has been classified. So there are different other information which is are of no use for us. let's directly go on to the confusion matrix and the statistics that has been printed for us. So we have a two misclassification that has been happened for the data with an overall statistics of 0.9852 accuracy, which is nothing but 98% of accuracy. And here we can see the bar chart that has been created. So this is the bar chart that has got created for the GBM, and this is the bar chart that has got created for the SVM. So let's see how this looks like in RapidMiner. So this is the performance vector for the RapidMiner, which shows the accuracy of 93.33. Here we can see 5 plus 5, 10 misclassification has happened. So this concludes the gradient booster method technique. Okay, so now what is remaining? Artificial neural networks, usually called as neural networks, are computing systems vaguely inspired by the biological neural networks. An ANN is based on a collection of connected units or nodes called artificial neurons. An artificial neuron that receives a signal that processes it and can signal neurons connected to it. The signal at a connection is a real number, and the output of each neuron is computed by some nonlinear function of the sum of its input. The new network consists of connections, each connection providing the output of one neuron as an input to another neuron. Each connection is assigned a weight that represents its relative importance. A given neuron can have multiple input and output connections. R and RapidMiner uses multi-layer perceptrons with back propagation learning algorithms. This supervised procedure algorithm consists of three layers: input, hidden, and output layers. We will have always one input layer, which are the attributes, and one or more hidden layers, which are the actual calculations happens, or otherwise called as activation happens, and an output layer, and then one output layer which consists of different categories or classified classes. So to put it in simple words, based on the relative importance and weights assigned for the variables in the input layers, the data points are classified based on the mathematical algorithm in hidden layer and assigned to the classes in the output layer. Concept of learning and learning rate is being used in ANN. The learning rate defines the size of corrective steps that the model takes to adjust for errors in each observation. A high learning rate shortens the training time, but with lower ultimate accuracy, while a lower learning rate takes longer but with potential for greater accuracy. What is backpropagation? Backpropagation is a method used to adjust the connection weights to compensate for each error found during the learning. The error amount is effectively divided among the connections. Let's move on to the demo in RStudio. Okay, let's move on to the demo in RStudio for ANN. I have the code that has been already done, and these are the three necessary packages that needs to be installed in order to perform this technique. Here again, I'm using the same data set, and I'm trying to create the training data by taking the 50% of the random data. So this is the code which talks about different parameters that are being used, which also specifies how many number of hidden layers are required, and how many repetitions this process has to be performed, and what is the threshold, and what is the step maximum number of steps that needs to be performed. So let me go ahead and execute this. So as I have already explained, ANN is based on a collection of connected units or nodes called artificial neurons. An artificial neuron that receives a signal then processes it and can signal it. The signal at a connection is a real number. So whatever we see here is the signal at this connection are the real numbers, and the output of each neuron is computed by a non-linear function and sum of its inputs. So these are being calculated. These numbers here are being calculated by the sum of its inputs, and each connection is assigned a weight that represents the relative importance as well. So we have one more network diagram that has been created, which will be little nicer to see, which do not have those real numbers in it. So this is another one which without any of those relative weight and the real numbers associated to it. Let's come back to the console and see the time taken and the number of repetition. Every repetition it gives the error, and this is the confusion matrix that has got created, and here we can see there are three data points that has been misclassified, which results in an accuracy of 0.96, which is nothing but 96% accuracy. Let's see what we have in RapidMiner for the same. So this is the performance vector for the RapidMiner, which I have already ran. So we see there are four data points that has been misclassified, which results in an accuracy of 97.33. So according to RapidMiner, neural networks is the uh, best modeling technique. But according to our programming, we have SVM, which gave us a prediction of 100%. So this concludes the demo of RStudio of ANN. Let's see the basic comparison of R and RapidMiner. With respect to the ease of use, RapidMiner is definitely simple and easy to use, zero or no coding. But with respect to RStudio, it is 100% coding dependent and it makes it very difficult. Flexibility. RapidMiner is not as flexible as R. We need to use the functions and the operators that are present in the tool. But with respect to RStudio, we can write any kind of coding that we want. For example, if then else, for loop or while loop, etc. Missing values are being taken care automatically by RapidMiner, but in RStudio, we need to take care of it manually. I hope that this video helped you to get a basic understanding of how SVM, GBM and ANN works in our programming. Feel free to write back to me if you have any questions, and I look forward to hearing your comments and feedbacks. In addition, I would highly recommend the resources in the reference section if you are interested in reading more about this powerful machine learning techniques and its algorithms behind it. Thank you so much for listening to me.